Thanks to AWS for inviting me here today. So I come from Cork Institute of Technology. It's a third level college based in just outside Cork City. We have about 15,000 students, full and part-time, and about 5 campuses around that particular area. My specific area, I suppose, is in cloud computing, which is part of our Department of Computing. Just give you a quick, I suppose, background. We looked, I suppose, about 5 years ago at our programs that we were delivering in computing and tried to refresh, I suppose, the content, looking at what was needed for the graduate out there today. And I suppose we're always accused in education of going away and writing programs and not talking to industry. Well, in this case, with our cloud programs, we did the reverse. We went away and we spoke to industry. We spoke to large multinationals. We spoke to large companies and small companies alike in the area before we actually designed the program. And what we've managed to do since 2011 is to produce over 400 graduates who have come out with a range of skills and of qualifications from cloud computing, ranging from masters right down to BSc level. What I want to talk a little bit later on is just to, I suppose, first of all there, this is a screenshot of the Irish Examiner, which is an Irish national paper back from March the 31st, 2011. And it's rare that you can actually outshine Brian O'Driscoll in Ireland, and especially when they win the 5 or 6 nations. But as you can see there, Cloud Postgrad course of a world's first. That referred to our MSc program in cloud computing, which is the first cloud program that was delivered online. And as I said, the result really of talking to a lot of the multinational organizations and small and large businesses alike to see what they were looking for in an IT graduate. This here is from our cloud.cit.ie website, so it's a sub-page of our CIT website as such. And this refers really to our cloud programs. We have 4 types. We, as I said, have the Masters in Cloud, which is, I suppose, really our blue ribbon program. We have 2 higher diplomas, one in software development and one in infrastructure, and we have a BSc. Now, the middle 2 programs, the HDiPs, are government funded, and they proved to be very, very successful, because what they've done is they've taken graduates or people from different disciplines, brought them back in to the educational environment, upskilled them, and 8 or 9 months later they've gone out to the workplace, and many of them have been placed, and even more of them have actually secured full-time jobs. So, for example, engineers, architects, so on, that have been retrained in this area, in the area of especially software development, where we've introduced them to different cloud-type skills. The module I'd like to kind of talk about today is the Cloud Architecture module. It's a capstone module that we use on our BSc program and on our HDiP in cloud computing. And we use this particular module to give an overview or a complete from top to bottom view of the cloud. And this is really where we've worked with AWS to deliver that to our students. So what makes, I think, our program very, very unique is we use the cloud to deliver the cloud. So everything is cloud, from the virtual classroom that we deliver our lectures from the virtual desktops that the students have, to the actual virtual learning lab environment that we use AWS for to deliver the Cloud Architecture module. So a student could be somewhere in a remote area. Once they have an internet connection, they can become a student on this particular module, on this particular BSc program, and they can participate as normal as if a student was actually on campus. And there's no disadvantage to them. We use the learning management system as a means of making sure that they don't feel isolated, that the lecturers can communicate with them, that they can communicate with their peers. So, as I said, it's end-to-end cloud. The course content itself, as I said, very much focused on the AWS and the services that it provides. The reason why we chose this is because if you look at Amazon, it has a portfolio of services that range from not only the infrastructure level, but right up to the analytic level. So it's a very nice way of introducing students to the way of, I suppose, looking from where we once were delivering services in a traditional data center right through to where the cloud data center now is becoming really the platform to deliver these types of services. And Amazon are very much at the forefront of that. The challenges and deliverables, I suppose, that were part of the program. How do we deal with people who are located right across the spectrum? Our master's program has a very much international focus on it. This program has very much a national focus on it. And, you know, when we've got people in remote locations, trying to be able to keep them, you know, involved and keep them informed and keep them to be able to, I suppose, have the same experience as if they were operating on campus. Very positive results and experiences, and many of the companies in the region, very much in Cork, but also outside the Cork area, have found our graduates to be, you know, a good fit for what they're looking for when they're looking at especially infrastructure and software people to add to their teams and their organizations. I'm not even going to go through this here, but I like mind maps. I think mind maps are good for students, and what it does is it enables you to link together all the different concepts that you want to deliver on a course. Just on the left-hand side, traditional terms like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and so on. What we like to do is what we believe we're doing with cloud is we're creating education as a service, and we're using the cloud to be able to deliver that. On the right-hand side is probably a little bit more what I'd like to kind of speak about in the presentation, really, which is the use of the AWS platform in conjunction with the other types of technologies that we use to deliver the cloud online. So the virtual classroom, the virtual lab environment, and the virtual desktop. We believe that AWS provides that cloud learning environment. It enables students to not only understand the theory behind cloud, but also to be able to practice using, for example, the quick labs, which we start our students on in this cloud architecture module, and then to get them to a situation whereby they can build out virtual private clouds, where they're configuring services such as EC2, S3, CloudFront, IAM, and so on. It's just a sample project assessment where we try and get students to visualize going from that traditional data center, take them right through to a cloud data center, get them to build it out, and it gives them the skills that architects would need. You know, I suppose they're not going to move into an architecture role straight away, but certainly to give them that mindset and give them that discipline. Just another module that we also teach on the cloud computing program, which is a colleague of mine teaches, Aisling O'Driscoll, and that is using AWS to deliver Python. So, teaching Python using the AWS platform. So what she does really is, you know, she builds out, gets students to build out and manage EC2 images, look at the services, manage the services, create the dashboards, and so on. And you know, it's something that we're looking to try to introduce into more and more of our programs. At the moment, AWS has been, I suppose we've incorporated into our cloud programs, but we're also trying to move that into other programs that we're delivering in computing, such as networking and security, such as IT management, and give the students on those programs also the opportunity to work with the AWS platform. Mark and AWS have been very good to us. They've provided educator grants for us in order for the students to be able to go on and use the platform, and we're very, very thankful for that. We also have quite a history in offering professionally certified courses. We look at, I suppose, a three-pillar scenario. We like to see our graduates coming out with three things. One is hands-on skills. Second is academic accreditation. And if we can marry that with a professional certification, we believe we can produce the complete package of what industry are looking for. So one of these areas that we're looking at is incorporating the AWS Solutions Associate or Architect Associate as part of the Cloud Architecture module.